All right, Wednesday, April 13th edition of the video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here along with you. Wanted to start off with a couple of really nice camera shots this morning. This is one of our cameras right at Charlotte Douglas International looking back off to the east toward Uptown. I'm cutting this video just before 7 a.m. and it was a really nice sunrise. Just the right amount of high-level clouds here at the daybreak time period to make for a really pretty scene this morning. Here's another perspective of Charlotte. That's our Dowd YMCA camera. And again, if you've been watching my videos or watching me on air, you know I love when the sunrise reflects off the skyscrapers uptown. That's occurring this morning. Really pretty scene here to start off the day. As we approach 7 a.m., it's 60 in Charlotte. Notice that dew point up to 55. It's getting a bit muggier out there. It'll be kind of a summer feel to the air today. Very warm and somewhat muggy, pretty breezy too. 7 a.m. hour, I should say right before 7 a.m. hour temperatures, 50s to lower 60s across the Charlotte area. Up in the mountains, it's generally 50s in most spots, although it is 60. Very balmy morning in Asheville. Regionally, down in Columbia, 61. Up in Roanoke, 61. 62 in Wilmington. Cape Hatteras, 67. All right, there's our weather map for today. You have a cold front, couple of waves of low pressure riding along it back in the plains and the Mississippi Valley. Now, it was a very active severe weather day yesterday in a couple spots. I'll show you that in a second. Storm tracker quiet locally, and it'll be a fairly quiet Carolina day. What's left of yesterday's rain and storms, you have some rain with embedded thunderstorm activity in Illinois down into Missouri this morning. There's been one especially intense storm that's been riding the border region between Louisiana and Arkansas. At the current time, the severe thunderstorm warning has been dropped, but it had a string of severe thunderstorm warnings associated with it. Now, there's your storm report map from yesterday. We had some monster-size hail in parts of Texas and some tornadic activity, too. And some of that hail and wind moved into Louisiana and parts of Arkansas. And then a separate area of severe weather in Iowa and some of the surrounding areas. Big hail up that way, too, as we went through yesterday. Now, it is a sizable severe weather threat today, all the way up to a level 4 risk of severe weather. Places like Memphis and Little Rock and Greenville, Mississippi, up toward Paducah, Kentucky, all included in that level 4 risk. And all modes of severe weather possible in that risk area. Could be some pretty violent tornadoes and a lot of wind potential and large hail potential too. Now, that system works into the Carolinas tomorrow, but it's going to be in a weakened state as it arrives. So notice at the time I cut the video, only a level 1 or a marginal threat of severe weather. So I'll show you why in just a moment, but the bottom line is the system's going to be in a weakened state by the time it arrives. Could see a few storms push strong to severe limits, damaging winds the main threat, but not nearly as significant of a threat here is what will occur off to the west of us today. It'll be a warm day. Look at these highs this afternoon. 85 in Fayetteville, Columbia, Charlotte, 83, Raleigh, 84, Greenville, 86, even the mountains into the 70s today. There's your Charlotte area high temperatures, low and mid-80s this afternoon, and there are your mountain high temperatures. It's a warm setup here for our Wednesday. All right, well, now let's talk rain chances. The leftover activity back in the Tennessee Valley and the Mississippi Valley, could see a few of those leftover showers. Try to move into some of our mountain zones today or this evening, but no real significant rain or storms today. Now, as we get into later tonight, that is 5 a.m., and that is a little bit more of an intense zone of showers and storms. Working into eastern Tennessee and pressing into western North Carolina. They will definitely be on a weakening trend as they arrive, but could be some daybreak showers and storms in the mountains tomorrow, daybreak-ish. And then as we get deeper into the day, we'll see the activity reignite along that cold front. And I think the best chance for showers and storms, say for Charlotte and the Triad, will be roughly lunchtime on into the afternoon hours, and then working eastward from there toward tomorrow evening. And again, there'll be a limited threat for severe weather. Damaging winds, the biggest threat, as we work our way through the day tomorrow. Now, I'm going to show you some of the more detailed modeling with this system here. All right, so this is the vorticity chart from the European model, and here's what's driving today's severe weather threat. Notice this piece of energy sliding into the southern plain states and then lifting northeast. That's going to interact with a lot of unstable air, and just all the ingredients are there for a big severe weather outbreak in those areas that I showed you earlier in the video, through the Mississippi Valley, the western Ohio Valley, and parts of the lower Mississippi Valley, Tennessee Valley region. Now notice as we get into tomorrow, that piece of energy that causes today's severe weather threat That's all the way up here in the Great Lakes region. So that's the main forcing, the main upper level energy, the main dynamics pulling way off to the north and away from the Carolinas. Notice there's not one of those big pieces of energy diving into the Carolinas tomorrow. That's why it's a much lower severe weather threat. That's one of the reasons it's a much lower severe weather threat. So let's go back right here. This is this afternoon. I'm going to throw on the instability chart here. All right, so this will be the CAPE, the convective available potential energy. And this is the fuel for the thunderstorms. And there you go. Plenty there for this outbreak of severe weather off to the west. And then we do see some of that unstable air creep into the Carolinas tomorrow. Let's take a closer look here. I'll zoom in here into the Carolinas. And there we go. This is tomorrow afternoon, Thursday afternoon. Some degree of unstable air. But again, remember, we don't have nearly the dynamics set up here that was what's going to occur off to the west of us today. So it is a much lessened severe weather threat here than, for instance, in the Mississippi Valley region today. So this is what the precipitation looks like on the European model. That's daybreak tomorrow. There's your scattered showers and thunderstorms working eastward as we make our way through the day. Now, I'm going to go out further in time here. Friday looks like a great day. No problems Friday. Saturday, I've beefed up the shower chances just a bit. So I think we could see a decent round of some showers work through during the day Saturday. That is Saturday on the European model. Sunday, we're between systems. And then look at this on Monday. That is a cold air damming setup that arrives. I'm going to zoom the view out just a bit here. Let's look at a broader scale. Let's see. All right, so there's that area of high pressure over Pennsylvania, wedging down the eastern side of the mountains as the precipitation works in. That has all the looks of a really chilly, wet day if this does indeed come to fruition there on Monday. So again, let me zoom in back here to the Carolinas. All right, so here we go. That is Monday afternoon. And I'll just show you what this particular model is predicting for high temperatures. And these will be 6-hour high temperatures. So this is Monday afternoon's highs. Look at that. That's chilly stuff. In fact, if you took the model absolutely at face value, it actually prints out some wintry precip in the mountains and even into some foothill spots. That's probably a little bit overdone. But the bottom line is I think the pieces, if this does indeed occur, the pieces are coming together for a really chilly raw kind of day Monday. If you look at the national blend of models, it puts a Charlotte high at 61 on Monday. That may be way overdone if that setup I just showed you does indeed happen. In fact, for my on-air forecast today, I'm going for low 50s for high temperatures on Monday, and we'll see how that plays out. Gradual warming trend as we get a little bit deeper into next week. All right, that is it for today's edition of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you can check us out all the time, around the clock, Spectrum News 1 on television. I have your Charlotte and Western North Carolina weather details through the day today. And the Spectrum News app, great tool there for you that you can check out a lot of great content and also stream live any of our stations across the country. And just a really great app that you can check out all the features on. All right, that's it for today. Everybody have a wonderful Wednesday. Stay safe, and God bless.